Hello and welcome to Admit One, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. I am one of your hosts, Jack Nedley Thompson, and as always and as usual, I'm joined by one Kristian Lasham.
Hello. Hannah just said in the Discord, I did not expect there to be a door there in reference to that I just took a selfie like this.
Oh, I see.
Not sure how she expects us to get in and out of the room.
Osmosis. That's not how osmosis works. But the power of thought.
Can't do anything with the power of thought, me.
My thinking is not very capable. But other than the mystery of the door, how the devil are you?
Yeah, I'm alive. I'm fine. I'm alright.
Same.
Nothing that I'm going to complain about on here, but I'm all good. I've had some time to do some things. I watched a film. We watched a bit of film today.
We did.
Yeah, I'm alright. I'm good. How are you?
I have a headache.
How's it going? Has the paracetamol kicked in yet?
Not yet.
You didn't have a headache when you got here.
I didn't. I think I'm just dehydrated.
Maybe. I feel like I've accidentally given you a headache somehow.
Maybe it was Spider-Man.
Maybe. Do you know what's really good for headaches?
Not yet.
Drugs.
Heroin.
Probably. I don't know.
I imagine it would.
Novocaine would be what you really want.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. I don't know how well I'll be able to do the show. Probably no worse than normal.
I didn't want to say it.
Hannah says, I don't know what the layout of the rest of the room there. If anything, I'd have expected it to be on the fourth wall.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 walls in here.
There's a little indent here.
Maybe one day
So we're sitting in a little cubby.
Maybe one day we'll do a studio. We kind of have got a studio. There's a studio reveal video, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a studio reveal video, and I'm pretty sure we've shown what's in front of us. So there's definitely not a door there.
Yeah.
It would be a pain in the arse if there was a door there.
Yeah.
What film did we watch some of today? Well, no, it's Spider-Man. We're doing research for our Spider-Man thing. Is it a hexagon? No, it's not a hexagon. It just has a little divot. So there's a.
Yep. This is set within a little recess in the room.
Because the rest of the wall is here.
Yeah.
You can't see where my hand is. But yeah, there's a little corner there. Fascinating. This is Admit One, your movie and TV.
She's definitely seen the corner because the larger shot when we have 4 people on shows it.
It's true. That's true. But this is Admit One, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. If you like what you're doing and what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us on Twitter at @rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can see us anytime that you wish. You can follow us on Twitch at Rabbit Hole Media, and you can subscribe and follow for multiple different podcasts. Oh no, I keep doing that. And you can join the Discord for the chaos and carnage that is our conversations.
Indeed.
And now you can follow us on Instagram at rabbithole_media_UK or on TikTok at Rabbit Hole Media for all the behind the scenes tits and bits. If you would like to support us, head to merch.rabbitholemedia.co.uk for a wide range of merchandise that is recently getting wider with some excellent things.
Should I show it or do I save it?
Nah, save it.
All right, saving it.
Save it. Merch. And if you like what you're doing and what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us on Twitch. No,
you're going right back to the beginning.
I've gone to the beginning. And if you're watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your hearts to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny. It goes a very long way in helping us bring you the shows that you love. Socks, indeed.
Socks.
Excellent socks, but pricey socks, unfortunately. That is the way of the world. Everything's going more expensive. Today we are here to talk about the Brum Brum and the Angry.
Only a little bit of angry. It's mainly the Brum Brum.
There's mainly the Brum
There's
Brum.
a lot of Brum Brum.
There's a lot of Brum
bit
Brum. There's a little bit of angry, but it's in the title. So you'd suggest. There's fighting over a sandwich.
Yep.
It's
fighting over lots of things.
Lots of things. Very, very testosterone
Yes.
ridden.
Yes.
This movie. So we'll get. Rich wants to hear it, so we'll get straight into it. What are your general thoughts of this first outing into the Fast and the Furious?
I had quite a good time with this movie, to be fair.
It's quite good, isn't it?
I had quite a good time with this movie. But...
Of course. I would expect nothing less.
What, from me, or just me in general?
No, from this movie.
I see. Well, the only but I actually have is, like... the entire time I was watching it, going, this film doesn't need a sequel, let alone 8. But like, that's very much like there was lots of films around that started around that era that just seemed to get an infinite amount of sequels for some reason.
This does seem to be the only one that's
Still got Mission Impossible, maybe.
yeah, still had less. But I know that you make the argument that Mission Impossible have always actually just been good movies, as opposed, other than 2, as opposed to just enjoyable. Whereas I find Fast and Furious sits into there's nothing particularly good about any of these movies, but they're just good fun.
There's nothing particularly good about this film at all, but there's also nothing particularly bad about it either. It sits firmly in the fine camp, but on the edge of fine. You know, as you say, it's fun. It is just fun. There's some cool cars and some cool car sequences, and there's some funny bits.
Those two specifically.
Yeah, there's some good fight sequences. There's actually, you know, a bit of a followable plot to it. To be fair, there's some character development to it. It does actually do a very good job of a lot of things of what you want from a bit of film media like this that some of the better franchises are missing recently. So it does a lot of stuff very, very well, but nothing is spectacular or mind blowing or like, wow, this is really awakening things inside of me. It's just like, hey, this is cool. But yeah, I enjoyed my time watching it, and I like the idea of watching the rest of them. So, you know, at the same time, me making a comment about why there need to be sequels, I'm happy to watch more of them. So I guess why not then punt them out?
I will say the next few weeks will be rough. I'd say 2 and 4 are a bit.
Okay. Well, we'll find out next Tuesday.
We will find out next Tuesday. But I agree. I enjoy this movie. I enjoy the fact that it is very quaint. By the time we get to 9, you'll be like, what? They started stealing DVD players and now this is happening. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I enjoy the fact that it's rather quaint. The most outrageous thing that happens is Vin Diesel does a wheelie in a car.
Yeah, there was the one bit where we went,
I mean, it can happen.
Weird. Yeah, it can happen. I know. It just seemed weird. But yeah, it was fine.
If any car's going to do it, it would be a car like that, to be fair. A big rear-wheel drive muscle car. Can happen. Very unlikely to happen with a man the size of Vin Diesel sitting in it, to be fair. But yeah, I enjoy this movie quite a lot. Not my favourite.
No, not your favourite movie or not your favourite Fast and Furious?
Both. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite Fast and Furious. This kind of came. This was very much the time of like Point Break and and
it has that tone to
like
it as well. To be fair,
it is very Point Break with cars. I think that's probably what they said in a pitch meeting. We want Point Break with cars. All right, and very much the Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah, it's the real late '90s, early 'noughties vibe, which is when it is, isn't it? It's 2001. So it makes sense. And yeah, it is that Need for Speed Underground feel and actually,
the neon lights and the
I think I quite like that about it because I really enjoyed that part of gaming in my time, and even then, still enjoy a Need for Speed game now for the same reasons. Not that they do it as well. So I enjoyed that part about it as I was watching it. I remember being like, oh, yeah, it's very Need for Speed, very. I like this, very Most Wanted, very underground, talking about racing for pink slips and everything else, and yeah, I liked a lot of that. And obviously, like, I must use NOS now for a boost, which I don't think is how it actually works.
No, I don't think it is. No.
But, you know, I enjoyed that. And you can sort of see how, given the success of this film and the way this film's done, and then the success of the Need for Speed games, why they felt like making a Need for Speed movie could work. You can see why they had that idea. Have you seen the Need for Speed movie? No, I don't need to see it. I know it doesn't work. No. But I can see the logic of how they got to thinking it could do, but...
The problem with Need for Speed is entirely about cars, but Need for Speed try to do the Fast and Furious thing, where it's not about cars. There's just a lot of cars, and they try to do that, and it's just like, when was the last time you had some form of murder plot in Need for Speed? That's not how it works.
Yeah, Need for Speed is all just about taking out the top racer, isn't it? Yeah, every game's the same.
Just racing, and a couple of them went into heists, but then they were shit. So. You can't really adapt. It's like trying to adapt Gran Turismo into a game. Like, it's not going to work, is it? Or Forza. Like, it's not going to work. So
they'll fucking give it a good go, though, won't they?
They probably
Tetris
will.
At the moment.
Oh my god, don't. It seems to be that the smart people have realised games should be turned into a series first off, because is long form storytelling, and you need long form to be able to tell a long form story.
Kind of in the sentence, it's in the name.
Indeed, which is why a lot of the time series based on a book books.
Yeah, series
Books
based on a book.
develop better into series,
Yes.
than movies do. But there are the exceptions, obviously. Harry Potter. Harry Potter is obviously not as deep or anything as the books, and it probably would have worked better as a series if it was made now. But a 2001 series probably wouldn't.
I firmly believe. I think they did a very good job with the Harry Potter films. Actually.
No, I think they did as well. But I mean, obviously,
They've made some mistakes, but they definitely did. I think they did a good job.
They made some mistakes and they left a lot of things out.
Yes.
So obviously a series. I feel if you were to make it today, you would make it as a series, or at least you should, because you can do a lot more with series now than you could in 2001. But yeah, that's where we go. Let's stop talking about Harry Potter. Talk about Fast and Furious.
It's time for that when I stop yawning.
Indeed. So tuna sandwiches. How do you rate them?
I don't like tuna.
That doesn't surprise me, given your things with textures.
Well, also I don't really like fish.
That's fair.
I don't really like fishy stuff anyway. So.
That's fair. But also, like a tuna sandwich is usually very
mushy,
gloopy,
gloopy,
mushy, and you don't like the gloopy.
I don't like the gloopy.
That's fair enough. But apparently, this tuna sandwich is particularly shit.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, he keeps having it and has his crusts cut off like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, well, it's not the tuna sandwich he's there for, is it?
No, it's Jordana Brewster. What the fuck's her name?
What, in the film?
Yeah, Mia.
Mia. Yep.
I was very confused for a second. I was like, why do I know the actress's name? But
There's
not
a bit.
her name.
Oh, I can't remember what he says. One of the races in the beginning, there's this girl that comes in and like gets the race to like grab her tit. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
like, if you win, she's yours too.
Yeah.
And he loses. Oh, I can't remember what he shouts. It's like, no, Maria. Or something.
Monica. Is it Monica?
Yeah.
We can't repeat the line that she says.
No, we can't do that.
No, we can't
absolutely
do that. It was very funny, but we can't repeat that. No. Kari doesn't even have her crust. Except that's my point. Like, not even a child would necessarily have their crust cut off. And if you don't like crusts on your sandwiches, I think move away from sandwiches.
Buy better bread.
Well, yeah, buy better bread for one.
You've got shit bread.
Yeah, the crust is really chewy.
Yeah, it's just shit cheap bread.
Yeah.
I have an issue with
you have a
my
thread.
shirt. This isn't helping the whole selling our merch nonsense. Is it?
It's old. I say old. It's.
Well, now it's here.
You've done nothing. Just pull it out of the top of your
I
shirt.
wanted to hide it for advertising purposes. I'll deal with it later. It's now itchy.
I'm not surprised you've just tucked a thread somewhere into your shirt, but that's fine. That's fine. So Paul Walker is an undercover policeman.
Yeah. I actually didn't see that happen coming.
Oh really?
No. So
I'm surprised. You predicted
way,
Fight Club.
I know. By the way, spoilers. Oh, I predicted it once I'd sussed. Once I wrote, I see where this is going now. Then, and even then, I only predicted part of Fight Club.
It was the big twist.
It was the big twist. This isn't really a big twist though. They kind of tell you it.
It's very early
on, and quite bluntly as well. Just Ted Levine.
What about him? Who's Ted Levine?
Ted Levine is like his lieutenant boss with the mustache.
The white one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The white cop.
Yeah.
But who is Ted Levine? Why would you bring him up?
I like Ted Levine. He is the main cop, the superintendent lieutenant in Monk.
Oh, is he?
I really like Ted Levine. He's very good in that show. And as soon as I saw Ted Levine come on, I was like, I'm in 10 out of 10. Because I like this guy. This guy's a good actor. I enjoy him. So, there you go. Just shout out for Ted Levine. I did your thing. I'm sorry you don't like it when people do shout outs unnecessarily. But there you go. I've done it. Fuck you.
It's not the action, it's the term shout out.
I appreciate that.
I don't like.
But I did just say
I know you
shout
did
out.
as well, but that's why I cut you out my will.
Shout out to shout outs. Shout out to this film. That was a good film. Katie's having back issues with her car. Have you tried plugging it in? And
Have you tried getting another one?
That's what you really want.
A battery, I mean, not a car. I'm not.
It's expensive.
Yeah, it is expensive.
Did you just promise them a 10-second car?
No.
So, obviously it just shows...
I promise you a car that only lives for 10 seconds.
it gives you that kind of reveal quite early on that he's a cop.
Yeah.
And it's fine. You know, I didn't mind that big reveal being there. I didn't expect it. I was like, oh, I see. Okay, cool, fine, on board with this then. Because then it kind of sets up what that dynamic is, those characters. That Dom is clearly... Dom is trusting this guy who no one else really wants to trust because we're doing a bad thing here, Dom. Like, we need to be careful what we're doing. And obviously, there was always going to be a conflict there of friendship in a way. They're building a bond, but he's going to break his bond. So you can see that was going to happen, and that kind of led for some conflict throughout the movie. So I think it was a good decision to do something like that, to be fair. If it was just a case of he was just another gangster joining the gangs,
that'd be less interesting.
Yeah, you've got nothing going on.
You've got that, dynamic, especially when he tells, when they find out at the end, they're a bit miffed.
But also kind of like...
Given the circumstances, I think they're kind of just letting it go at that moment in time.
Yeah, that's the thing. But they're sensible enough, and Dom's even sensible enough to just kind of, in a way, let it go. It's like, you are helping, you're saving my friend, for one. Mm-hmm. And if I do something now, the moment you can help him, if I hurt you like I want to, you can't help him. So I'm going to hold back and let you help him, and just, he works with him and sort of appreciates there seems to have been a certain amount of a relationship built between them, regardless of the fact that...
Yeah, exactly. And you see, obviously, that sort of thing is what builds over the 9 movies.
So obviously I've seen the whole...
not 9, but...
The whole thing is family, isn't it? Throughout this series. Obviously, I thought that was just a new thing they added later, but it seems like they get in hard on that.
They kind of...
The first one.
Yeah, exactly. They start early with the whole tight-knit crew and everything. But one thing, talk about hurt friend. I'm going to jump to the very fucking end of the movie, which is on the lorry where Vince is a bit fucked.
Oh yeah, with his arm.
Yeah, a bit fucked. But I was just like, every time I watch it, I just go I understand why the driver is shooting at him while he's trying to steal your shit. But do you not realize you're going to be in so much more trouble if you're trying to shoot them as they're trying to leave? That you can't do. Unfortunately, I know America loves their guns, but you can't shoot them as they're trying to escape.
I think what they're putting throughout the entire thing is, if we don't deal with this case soon, the truckers are going to deal with it themselves. So
yes, exactly, and that's exactly what happens. Yeah. Also, I don't think a delivery driver cares that much about their stuff.
I think they probably do in America because they're probably paid by the haul. So if the haul's not successful, they probably don't get paid.
Whereas I think if you went gunpoint to DPD, they'll just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
Here's my van. Here's the keys.
Let me help.
Yes. Where's this going? I will help you in exchange for one parcel.
I've said it countless times. If I'm at the shop and someone if I'm in the shop on my own and someone properly coming in to burgle that, I'm just going to help them.
Yeah. By all means.
Tell you where things
Here's
are.
the stock room. Here are all the things. I'll get you the keys for all the hooks on the wall.
Oh, they're not hooked on.
I was referring to just shops in general.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Shops in general, really. But yeah, if someone came in with fucking weaponry,
exactly.
And it's just like,
all right.
Okay, sure, by all means.
Where do you want me to take these, lads?
Where are you parked? Let me go. Yeah.
Do you want a bag?
That's 10p. Bang! Oh no! Killed for a joke.
Yeah, that happens, unfortunately.
That would be me, though. Just life or death situation. I make a joke and I die. I'm like, worth it.
No, I enjoyed the film. I enjoyed that dynamic, actually. I enjoyed that bond of work. Oh, not the bond, but watching that bond grow and sort of like, how's that going to go when he finds out? How's he going to deal with this? I was expecting more of a told you so from Vince. But I guess he was
It was nearly dead at the time. I'm not sure how he would have been. Just wakes up.
I would have mumbled just a little. I told you.
Fuck you. You should listen to me, you potato of a man. How does he feel about the very CGI out the window shots as they're doing their races? It's a very weird aesthetic, isn't it?
So I noticed that, and I remember sort of making an internal comment of, that looks a bit janky, but then immediately followed it up with, it's 2001.
I know, but it's even at the time it wasn't, but it was because it just doesn't look like there's anything. They look like they're going through a wormhole as opposed to driving up a street. It's not like the streets look bad or anything.
A lot of
it's
the sense of speed, like everything seems like it's going a hell of a lot faster than what it probably would be.
Oh yeah, because they're doing that, and it shows you the thing at some point. It's like 80.
Yeah,
you're like, great. Yeah. Done on the motorway in a Fiesta.
And given the amount, like the speed it's implying from the way things are moving, they're going a fucking long way in these drag races.
They also have 90 gears.
Yeah, they do. Just like constantly gearing up. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Whereas if you want to accelerate harder, we all know you actually change down.
You shift down, yeah.
But here we go.
What he's actually done there is, I'm going to get hit by the train now.
I've limped. I've limped. It's a truck.
Yes.
What? He hits a truck.
They're trying to miss a train.
They jump over. Yeah, I know they jump over the train first, but what actually hits them is the truck.
Yeah. I'm following you.
How annoyed would you be? In any crash, it's a bit annoying.
Yeah, it'd be quite
but annoying, I dove over, like I went over a track, just missed a train. It was badass, and I got hit by a bin man. I'd be so annoyed. And also, I swear, I don't know what he does, but it looks like he levitates out of the car after that. Did you notice?
What, when he gets out of the car?
After the crash, it looks like he just levitates out of the car. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck did he do? I don't understand. What did he do? How did he do that? I don't understand what he did. To this day, it's been 21 years. I don't understand what he's done.
I assume he just hauled himself out of his strength.
But he had his arm was fucked.
One of them was.
Well, he does have two.
As do most people.
Yeah. I suppose he could have just used his legs as well. It just looked odd.
No, it did look odd. I agree. It looked odd.
And I don't know why it's always bothered. This is one of the weird things. The way Paul Walker holds the key when he gives it to him. I don't know. Why are you holding it like that? You've made it awkward to grab.
Paul Walker has a lot of poor dialogue in the early part of the film.
Poorly performed or poorly written?
With both.
Not fair.
Like, the way he performs in the early part of the film, like, it feels like he's trying so hard to be, oh yeah, I'm a badass character. It goes away. It goes away. But I remember as I first put it on, it was like, he gets into the fight outside this bar over the sandwich and Mia with this guy, Vince. Which also I feel like was very... Considering this guy is an undercover cop, I'm not sure why he got so into this fight.
Defended himself, hasn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't defend himself. He keeps going.
Part of the cover,
I guess. But then he goes back to Harry's, Harry Ramsden's, wherever it is. And obviously Dom's like on the phone to him, and he's like, I'm going to stand up for you, which obviously we find out later is because he has to stand up for him essentially because he's been placed there. He's like, Dom wants you. I was just spoken to Dom. He's like, what did Dom say? It's just like he's just talking like, you're not Batman. Like, why are you talking like this? Talk normally. And he does. He stops. He does stop talking like that. It's just in that first part of the film, it's really weird. And I was like, don't know how I feel about this. I think this film is going to irritate me. But it seemed to just
disappear.
Yeah.
After he laughed for the first time and said, "Dude, I almost had you," and then it kind of just fizzles out.
Yeah. Yeah, if the whole tone changes after that point.
It's very weird.
But maybe the kind of point there is that you're supposed to feel a certain amount of contention until he's broken the ice with Dom, I guess. Now he's broken the ice with Dom and be like, dude, almost I had you. Because the ice been broken with Dom, the tension between them has dropped, so we don't have the tension and we don't have it as tense. Maybe that's deliberate. Maybe I'm thinking into too much. Hannah, Harry Ramsden's is a fish and chip place. I was just making a bad joke. Sorry.
Do you like fish and chips?
Yeah, I love fucking fish and chips. I've been told apparently.
You like fucking fish and chips?
Yeah. I've been told this evening apparently I'm being taken out for a curry on Friday.
It's very nice.
Phenomenal news.
That is always good news. A, curry. B, free.
My two favourite things.
Yeah. Free food has got to be up there on like the greatest things humans can experience.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care all about these typical things. Free food is phenomenal.
Free food.
Especially when it's like proper food.
Free food, closely followed by like the MCU or something.
What about someone buying you food at a showing of a new MCU movie?
See, you're talking dirty now. You're talking dirty.
While noshing. I took it too far.
Yes,
I
a
took it too
line
far.
was crossed.
There's no going back.
And we're no longer allowed back to Cineworld.
Yeah, we had that email. And we were like, prove it. And then they sent the footage.
That we filmed ourselves.
Yes. And posted on their social media for some reason. Look at the things you can get away with at Cineworld. Follow us at Rabbit Hole Media.
It's been one of those days.
It's been a while. We were watching Spider-Man. Not one of the best ones either. So it's just pushing that through. We had a curry.
I am also operating on about an hour and a bit sleep.
I'm operating on about 12
12 what?
hours sleep.
Oh, I see. See, you're winning that.
I am. I just somehow woke up, like, it wasn't quite 12, but really, really late. And I was like, oh, shit, okay, fair enough.
What's really annoying is that I don't start work till 12 tomorrow, and I know for a fact I'm going to wake up still 10 minutes before I have to start work. I would have wasted my morning. Yeah, I say wasted. I'll be asleep. It's a good way to spend my time.
I was going to say, people always say, oh, you're wasting the day. I was like, well,
I was happy.
sleep is another one of the best things a human can experience. So it's largely because I ain't got you fucking nattering at me. But yeah, it's sleep, free food, MCU. We're living a good time. Exactly.
Do you know what we're not doing?
Talking about Fast and
That's
Furious.
correct.
There isn't a huge amount to say on this one. There's cool cars, race wars. We haven't mentioned race wars.
Yeah, it was very Need for Speedy as well. The race wars thing was weird. So the early part of the film, they're implying that they're doing like illegal street racing. Because it's like, oh, we're watching the police scanners. It's, oh, cops are coming. Everyone disperse. Despite the fact that I feel like the racket there was many of them in that street. Mm-hmm. I feel like regardless, they were like, oh, there's a homicide, so the police are distracted. It's like, right? Well, every single police officer is so distracted by the homicide that they're not aware of the giant fucking police race happening street race just a few blocks down. Like, there is like well over like 30, 50 cars here, fucking hundreds of people watching. You've got like music playing and like
they're not trying to be subtle. They've got people blocking the roads.
Like, the police know it's happening. So like, and then the next thing you know, you seem to have like an actual cordoned event with security. So like that at an airport, it seems like at the end of an airfield, and like clearly this must be above the law. This event, because
you would assume so.
You know where you're just getting access to you're not getting access to this big fucking desert next to an airfield with a big hangar without someone authoritative getting involved. So I'm thinking, well, it means the police are already in with these people. Why have they got an undercover agent in? Like, can't they just have people as security, like, watching? And
not necessarily. This could just be a sanctioned event.
This is true, but it just feels weird.
I took Race Wars as just like an annual sanctioned event.
Oh, yeah, it's an annual event.
And then the rest of the time, there's like, well, we don't really want to do this once a year.
Yeah, maybe.
So, you know... Hannah says, well, every policeman apart from the one competing in the street race. Again, undercover. Maybe that's why they're not fucking it up.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. They know there's an operation going on.
Yeah.
Mind you, normally in these things, though, whenever you watch these films, normally
but then
there's
they do
someone
show
undercover.
up, so...
Yeah, and normally in these things, when there's someone undercover, like, not everyone knows he's undercover, which is kind of the point.
It is kind of the point. You wouldn't have everyone on the police force be told that... there's some undercover business going on, because that could leak very easily.
Yeah, that's problematic.
1,000, all of the LA Police Department know that there's an undercover agent
and as you
or
see,
undercover officer.
They do turn up anyway. Paul Walker saves Vin Diesel, and then get attacked by an angry man.
Yes.
Trent?
Something like that. Tran, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't that.
The diamond face guy.
The diamond face guy. Yeah.
From Die Another Day.
Yeah. Like who just needlessly destroys their car.
Oh yeah, and it blows up blue.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that would happen.
With NOS maybe.
Yeah, but more NOS than whatever else is in a car.
True.
It might be low on fuel. They do look like gas guzzlers, as they would say.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the one plot line in the film. I was like, this is a bit weird. It's there to make you think like
it's there to make you think.
Give you a target for Paul Walker to go after because he doesn't think
you're
it's
supposed to think that they're the guys putting the heist, not Toretto, as you say. And I think the idea is, for me, the impression I got, I was getting early on the feeling that it was going to be Trent and that lot that were doing it, and he was going to somehow get Toretto involved in helping him take them down.
Yeah.
That's what I originally thought they were going to go to. I actually, not that it was going to be Toretto after all.
Yeah.
Mainly because I don't think... Did they explain where he had the cars from? Because it seemed weird that they also had the Hondas.
It's Tran.
It's Tran.
No, I don't think they did. They just happened to have all these Hondas.
I mean, it's fair enough. I mean, it's explainable just as they have lots of cars. They're car people. Like,
yeah, they've just acquired them. Yeah. They literally own a garage.
Yeah.
Like, they just got them.
It just felt like a weird coincidence that then...
It's not the subtlest thing to have green neon lights on your car. And
to use the same cars for each heist.
Well, yes, that too. And just hide them behind a building
with a cloth on.
Yeah. Someone might go, these are the ones.
What about those cars over there, Jeff? Have we checked those? Nah, can't be those. They got cloths on them.
They're not cars. Cars don't have cloths. Cars don't have capes, you silly goose.
They do. Supercars.
Yeah. We retire.
Save clip.
But also, where do they get grapple guns? That's
I know. That's like military grade weapons all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was my like. Where the fuck? One thing I also find like is movies. This isn't Fast and Furious specific. This is movie specific. Is when the audience knows who they are, they stop trying to hide their identity now. So they don't bother with the helmets. They don't bother with the suits they were wearing. It's because we already know who they are, so it doesn't matter. But it's just like, well, it's not how it works, is it? Somebody else might see them and go, oh shit, there's Vinny D in the house. Arrest him. But yeah, this movie's good fun. What was that? What the other bit? Race wars. Jesse. R.I.P.
Yeah, he was always going to die.
He was always. I mean, he was the only fucking one in this movie.
Yeah, but it seemed somehow obvious he was going to die. The way like it's the exact same thing as the kid in the Matrix.
Oh, a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about the way you have... These sort of films tend to always have a younger character, which is like, he could be really good, but he just doesn't have the physique, and he's too young, but he can really put his mind to it, and he's had a bad past. He's going to die.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just always the case, because you're building a somewhat relatable backstory to it. Mm-hmm. Which is normally the sign you're going to kill them off.
Yep. Absolutely. I do feel there was a strong overreaction from someone who was so very offended at the idea that he could be stealing DVD players, but he'll happily oozy down a child. Mm-hmm, it's an odd thing. I do like the fact that Paul Walker's just like, nah, I'll off you, and doesn't really do anything. He just shoots them.
Well, he shoots them and sort of like, I guess I've killed those, right?
Call an ambulance to the guy that just...
I imagine, though, knowing the way the police force works, reason he probably went up, felt his pulse, went, oh, fuck's sake, he's dead. He's probably, now I've got to fill out a form.
Yep.
Oh.
There are forms involved in murder. Although, he shot Jesse, so fuck him.
Can we have that on a shirt?
There are forms involved in murder. Yeah. Remember, kids, there are forms involved. That's why we don't commit murder, because nobody likes filling out forms, unless you're Amy Santiago.
Yeah.
So Jake Peralta could just get away with anything. While trying to jumpstart it didn't work, and it's making a horrible clicking noise. Are you sure it's not the alternator?
I don't know about cards.
Might be the alternator, though.
Just because I've watched Fast and Furious now, that doesn't make me a car expert, I'm afraid. My brother's a mechanic.
He's not here.
He ain't going to help you either, I'd imagine.
Normally, this is the thing I do know. If it seems like a battery, but it's not the battery, it's the alternator.
The clicking noise might imply alternator. You're hearing a sparking. It's not happening, maybe? I don't know. I'm making it up.
The clicking noise is probably the starter motor. What's an alternator? It's the thing that keeps the battery alive while you're not running the car.
I know this. Yeah, yeah.
Because otherwise the battery will just die all the time. Yeah, so it charges the battery essentially.
I knew this.
Mine went wrong in my first car, and it was in a stupid place.
So the car?
No, the alternator.
You probably took it there.
The alternator was in a stupid place. It was like behind and under one of the headlights.
Right. Inconvenient.
So fucking had to take it all out. It was very stupid.
Sounds to me, though, Rich, you might want to take it to a garage.
If you can.
Or have a garage come to it.
Although, to be fair, a lot of the time, if it is the alternator, jumping it will work as well. Because it just means that the battery isn't being charged. So if you jump it, the battery obviously gets enough juice to turn on. So it might be something else. You're welcome for this insightful... how to fix
Apparently,
Katie's car.
like, I don't know the details here. Apparently, you can't like jump a petrol car with a diesel car or vice versa or something.
What? A battery's a battery.
I can't remember. Was there something about it? I've heard.
It's just a battery. A battery is a battery.
Google it.
There are certain things you can't do with a diesel car that you can do on a petrol car.
Like put petrol in it.
Well, yeah, there's that.
We're talking about cars.
We're talking about... Yeah, I was going to say, we're talking about cars. It's relevant. Car making a clicking sound could be literally anything. But if it's battery related, and it seems to be battery related, so it's probably the starter motor.
Okay, this is a lot of reading. Where do we get to? Fast and Furious?
Jesse being shot and then shooting the people that shot him.
Yeah, fine, fair enough.
Yeah, shot him from fucking way away while he was on a bike, though. They probably know more. At least you would hope so.
If they don't, tell them to watch this podcast and we'll talk them through it.
Yeah, exactly. How to RAC.
Yep.
That'd be the one that gets the views, wouldn't it?
Did I tell you about the time Camilla and I got stuck in Morrison's car park for like 3 hours?
No.
One of her older cars broke down in Morrison's car park in Crawley. And she didn't know it couldn't get anything from it at all. We ended up using my dad's breakdown cover on her car.
Oh, fair enough.
There's no breakdown cover because like we couldn't jump it, we couldn't get anything from it, and then like the RAC came and immediately jumped it, and they were like, "Yeah, this happens sometimes," but like he worked out what was wrong with it, and there was something fucked. But it was just like great. We've like tried to jump it so many times, he just immediately did it.
It's always the way. We have people come in with broken stuff all the time, and we just touch it, and it works absolutely fine. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, yep. It's very annoying. But all it needs is the aroma of a professional. Yeah. And it just goes, oh shit, better slap my ass into gear, you know? Anyway, there's a scene where he pours petrol into a man's face.
He does pour fuel into a man's face.
That doesn't look pleasant.
No. I'd argue that man's dead.
Probably. I wouldn't recommend smoking for a while.
No. No.
I was talking about the RAC, not us. Teapot.
I feel like this is going to be someone telling us to say something again.
Chicken butt. Oh.
That doesn't rhyme.
I don't understand. If there's something I'm missing with hashtag chicken butt. But thank you for following.
Oh, Fast and Furious. Jesse dies. Saw that coming. He does. Vince is maimed. Good. He was a prick.
Lordy.
He was. The entire way through it, he's being a bit of a prick.
He was right, though.
He was right, but he was being a dick about it. And he's being, like, no matter what, he can be right about the fact that, I can't remember his character. Paul Walker?
Brian,
thank you. He was right about the fact that he was a cop. I don't think he needed to treat Mia in the way he does.
Oh, no.
He's a scumbag the entire way through it. And I really like the point when he's like trying to... Why would you get banned for chicken butt?
Some people are very prude.
Yeah, this is true.
Some people are prudes. We've said a lot worse than chicken butt. Yeah. That's all I can say.
Chicken butts are welcome here.
Are you American? No.
It's like a game of 20 questions.
Zimbabwe.
Anyways, I like the bit when he's in the kitchen crudely hitting on Mia.
Oh yeah,
being a
and Brian
dick.
just asked her. No, she asked where he wanted to take her,
yeah.
and then asked Brian to take her. I
So
enjoyed that.
good.
That is a
Yes.
fuck you. Strike
Yeah.
up, stand up,
Yeah,
strike back.
I am with her on that one.
Oh, 100%. He's so he's always he's one of those. You are a woman, therefore you must lust for me, and everyone else goes, no.
Like we have that relationship, but that's fine.
But we do lust for
Exactly.
one another. So yeah,
It's not expected.
Yeah,
It's just there.
just oozes in the air. Ooze and lust are not a good combination. I
Not
do
words
apologise.
in the same sentence. Absolutely not.
I'm very
See,
sorry.
chicken butts are fine.
Chicken butts are more than welcome.
I've reached an overtide stage of existing.
Because you'll get both here. Both fanning of Fast and Furious and just searching Twitch for funny and stupid conversations. I'd like to think we're hilarious, but also incredibly stupid.
I was going to ask, because we had mentioned this off air about something different the other day, and we never made a decision, but no. The question came to me whilst we were doing the show. Do we want to rank these?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know, we can create a ranking, and then we can get the audience ranking as well with an R.
Hey, whatever you want to do to enjoy our content, that's fine. I don't mind. As long as you hit the follow button and the subscribe button, you're good by me. Yeah, I reckon we should rank them. I'll make some graphics for next time.
Yeah, sweet.
All right, where do you want to rank the first one?
Well, at the moment, I think it might have to go in the only spot.
2. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Number 1, obviously, I don't think it's going to stay there for a while.
Okay, well, we'll see.
That's the prediction, and that's where we go. What do we do? Because this is just going to be us two. So if we disagree, do we call upon the audience to
audience vote.
do the vote? Yeah,
I think that's fair.
That is what we do.
Yeah,
So we're going to rank the longest series.
A bit more fun. If we disagree, each of us gets a short 30-second elevator pitch to each other to try and convince each other if we're still at a stalemate.
Or it's that, or it's a 30-second pitch to a plea to the
yes,
a plea to the audience as to the viewers as to why we should be the one that's
I agree.
correct.
Okay, so that'll be the rules of
I
this.
do think for the large part we will agree though.
We normally do, to be fair. But okay, yeah, I'm completely on board with this. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm completely on board with this. We will be ranking these. If we disagree on a position, we will each have a 30-second elevator pitch to you, the audience, as to what one should be ranked where. And then you can pick off that. That's how we're going to do it.
The fastest in a half mile wins the... That's going to be him, because he's not carrying 43 burgers with him at all times.
You're assuming I have the ability to move my
wait,
limbs.
hang on. It's going to be a half mile fucking race, isn't it? The cars. In
Well,
which
you're
case I'm
absolutely
going to win.
winning that.
Which means I'm going to win. That doesn't seem fair either. I run, he drives. How does it work? No, you should bare knuckle fight it out. This is escalating. It's
just a little bit of harmless fun between friends.
So I'm trying to figure out how to best say his name. CCP Intelligentsia. Intelligentsia. I'm trying to... Gypsy John Fury style. But he says the only movie he's seen... I wish it was called Hobbs and Shaw. That would have been much better. I thought it was a half-mile foot race.
That's what I thought you meant.
Chinese Communist Party intelligence. I see. I don't know how to respond. I don't know how to respond to that.
I suddenly
are
feel...
we about to die?
Yeah, I was going to say, I suddenly feel very uneasy.
I feel threatened.
Well, on that note...
I feel threatened and I can't say the wrong thing. Yeah. So currently this is in the top spot, of course, as there's nothing else to compare it to. I wish we did it on Mission Impossible now.
I can go back and do it later.
Yeah, we could do. But this has been Admit 1, your movie and TV podcast right here on Rabbit Hole Media. If you like what you're doing and what you're doing is watching us, you can follow us on Twitter at rabbithole_UK. You can subscribe to us on YouTube to see us anytime that you wish. You can follow us on Twitch at Rabbit Hole Media. And you can join our Discord for the chaos and... what? Chaos and carnage that is our conversation. Sorry, I broke my own brain there for a moment.
Indeed.
Hannah says, I'm not sure actuals would have that as their Twitch handle. And Rich says, double bluff. I'm not sure. You can't trust anything these days.
I don't want to dig into this.
You still owe me a face rip graphic.
Now you see what happened there. What happened there, though, was we lost track of the tally.
We did.
So it became a redundant graphic to try and make.
We did. I'm sure we could Google how many there are.
Yeah, probably. But we've been and done now.
But it's fine. We'll get to graphics on the Fast and the Furious. It's fine. It's fine. And now you can follow us on Instagram at rabbithole_media_UK and on TikTok at Rabbit Hole Media for all the behind the scenes tits and bits. If you'd like to join...
Support us.
If you'd like to join us. If you'd like to support us, head to merch.rabbitholemedia.co.uk for a wide range of merchandise that has recently gotten wider. We didn't make this one.
No, I made this one.
You did. And fun.
Just keep going. Keep going with the thing.
I was just... a literal threat is what's just happened. And if you're watching us live on Twitch and are an Amazon Prime member, you get one free Twitch Prime membership a month. Please find it within your hearts to give that membership to us. It doesn't cost you a penny, but goes a very long way in helping us survive the onslaught that's clearly about to happen to us.
I think we help. Maybe we should just sell to Tencent and be done with it.
For what, a quid?
Sure, I'll take that at this point.
Yeah.
It's coming up on the show, Jack.
What's coming up on the show is on Saturday. We will return for Admit 1 for Boba Fett Episode 3. So make sure you get to watching Boba Fett. Probably actually Boba Fett because there's only one B in the middle. But and after that, we will immediately be jumping into the first episode of Press Start of 2022, which should be good fun. Getting back to some video game goodness.
A couple of bits of video games news has come out over the past couple of weeks as well.
Yes, there's some things there's quite a few bits that I've seen actually that have happened since we have taken our little hiatus for Christmas and New Year. And then of course next week on Tuesday we will be back for Too Fast, Too Furious. What a stupid title.
Implies it should be the fourth movie. Movie.
Because there are 2 twos.
Yeah.
We did finish Back for Blood.
Or a movie about ballet dancers.
Yes. We finished Back for Blood, so we've got to find something new to stream. A movie about ballet dancers.
Tutus, they wear tutus.
I understand. We will be streaming some form of new game next week as well, be it Monday or Wednesday. We will be there. We just haven't decided what yet, because we finished Back for Blood. It was well annoyed. Last week... we got to this level, and it was the most ridiculous thing. It's the angriest I've ever been on stream. I was so angry.
Really?
Yeah, I was livid. I was just.
Do you mean actually angry as opposed to comically angry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just getting annoyed because it was so difficult. This did it immediately, and we finished the game with pretty much no difficulty after that. We died a couple of times, but it was as you do. But
that can happen sometimes. I remember when we were going hard on the I think it was the Destiny 2 raid. The Leviathan raid on Destiny 2. We went that weeks and weeks and weeks, and there was always just one thing we'd continuously get stuck on to the point where it's this is ridiculously hard. This is stupid hard. How is anyone ever going to do this? Not fun. And then we left it, came back to it. It was easy.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes.
I was silent angry.
I understand. I've been there. I've been with you when you've been video game worthy, silent, angry.
Yeah.
I get it.
It happens. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you for the threats, China. But yes, thank you for the follow, CCP, and we hope to see you next time, as we will be back. But until then, TTFN.
I hope this works.